Hello and welcome to today's English lesson. My name is Stuart. In today's lesson, we're looking at phrasal verbs with the verb to pay. Let's go to the intro. Now, as I said, today's lesson is looking at phrasal verbs with this verb here, pay. And the good news is that we only have 5 phrasal verbs, more or less, with the verb to pay. Perhaps there's one more, but pay back, pay off, pay out, pay up, and pay in are the main phrasal verbs. But the bad news is that pay back has 2 definitions, pay off has 3, but pay out, pay up, and pay in only have 1 real definition. So in that sense, this is one of the easiest phrasal verbs to remember, let's say. So we're going to look at 8 example questions, and the objective of the lesson is to put one of these phrasal verbs into the spaces. Now, I'm going to get my blue pen here, okay, and we're going to do the exercises, or we're going to fill in the phrasal verb into the gap, let's say. So, the first one that we can see here, the extra training really something as they won the league. So, if we put this into a context, the extra training really paid something because they won the league. So they trained extra, and the extra training paid dividends, okay? It helped them to eventually win the title, to win the league. So the extra training really paid, which one? Off, that's right. So the extra training really paid off. Okay, so we can cross one of those 3 off pay. So pay off. So the extra training really paid off. It came in handy. It was beneficial for the team that they trained extra hard. Now, number 2, you couldn't something that money I lent you, could you? You couldn't pay. Which one do you think we would use? Pay back, pay off, pay out, pay up, pay in. Now the good news here is that we could use different ones according to different contexts, but in this particular one here, there's one that we would use more specifically, let's say, for this context. You couldn't pay the money I lent you, could you? You couldn't pay back. That's right. So you couldn't pay back the money I lent you, could you? So we'll cross one of these off. We have one left with pay back. Now what this means is that somebody lent you some money. Somebody gave you some money. Or in this sense, I gave some money to somebody and I need that money back. So I want the person to pay me back the money that I gave or that I lent them. So you couldn't pay back that money I lent you, could you? Okay, and hopefully that person gives me back the money that they owe me. Good. So 2 out of the way. Number 3, Jerry gave me a check, so I'm off to the bank to what? I'm off to the bank to, now obviously we need to put pay here, so we will. And which phrasal verb do we need to put into the space? So pay back, pay off, pay out, pay up, pay in. Jerry gave me a check, he handed me a check, so then I go to the bank and put that check into my bank account. I pay the check in. Okay, you pay in to your account. A check, okay, paper, pay the money in to your account. Okay, so we'll cross that one off. That one is out of the way. So 1, 2, 3 down already. Now, number 4. He something a huge amount of money when he divorced his wife. So he was married. He decided to get divorced, or his wife decided to divorce him. I don't know what happened exactly. So he had to pay something, a huge amount of money, when he divorced his wife. Okay, so when he divorced his wife, he had to pay. Okay, pay. He had to pay out. He had to pay out a large amount of money when he divorced his wife. He had to give his wife a lot of money. He had to pay out. Okay, so we'll cross one of those off. He had to pay the money out to his ex-wife. Okay, a big amount, probably half of everything that he had when he decided to get divorced, or when they decided to get divorced. Okay, he had to pay a huge amount of money to his ex-wife. Number 5, my mortgage is so big, it'll take me 30 years to what? It'll take me 30 years to, which one do you think? Pay back, pay off? Okay, now if you said pay off, it'll take me 30 years. To pay off, you would be correct. So if we can see that, 30 years to pay off. Banks give you money. They give you a mortgage every month. For 30 years, you pay the mortgage off. You pay quotas every month, or you pay installments, or whatever it is that you do with a mortgage. You pay small amounts of money, $300, $400, $500, 600 euros every month for 30 years. So you pay your mortgage off. Okay, so pay off. So we're down to 1 here with pay off. All right. So the next one, number 6. Jenny was bullied at school last week. Okay, she was bullied at school. Some other children were picking on her. They were bullying her. Now she's thinking of ways to the bullies. Okay, so here we need to put pay. So she's thinking of ways to pay the bullies what? Now in this sense, this one means to take revenge on somebody, okay? So which phrasal verb can we use? We have this one left, we have this one, or one of these ones left. Which one do you think? Take revenge. If you take revenge on somebody, you pay them back. That is right. Good. You pay them back. So she was bullied at school last week. She's thinking of ways to pay them back, to get revenge for the bullying. Okay, she wasn't happy. She wants to make sure that the other children are also suffering, or she wants them to suffer a little bit for making her feel bad. She wants to pay them back. Number 7. So we'll cross that off. Payback is now gone. John says he wants his money, so you'd better what? He wants his money now, so you had better pay. Which one? Pay off or pay up? Which one? Pay up. Good. Again, somebody gives you some money. They want the money back. Okay, you have to pay that money back to them, or you have to pay the money up. He wants the money back. Pay it up. Okay, so that would be how we use that phrasal verb. Pay up the money that you owe. Pay up. Okay, so you can see that we use pay back and pay up fairly similarly. In this sense, to pay someone back, I want you to pay me back, or pay up. Okay, which is a little bit more direct, a little bit more aggressive. Let's say, pay up that money that you owe me. Now, the last one. We only have one left, which is to pay off. So let's have a look at the context of the sentence, okay? So it's said he got the permits for the hotel because He paid off local council members. Okay, let's write it here. He paid them off. Now, through context, we understand that it was a type of bribery, a type of corruption, okay? So he got the permits for the hotel. The man wanted to build a hotel, okay? But the planning regulations maybe were against him. Maybe he wasn't allowed to build a hotel where he wanted to build a hotel. But he got the permits because he paid the councillors off. He gave them money in exchange for permission to build the hotel. Corruption, bribery. He paid them off. So we'll cross this last one off as well. So he paid them off. So let's go through these again. The extra training really paid off as they won the league. Okay, paid off. It was beneficial. It gave results. You couldn't pay back the money I lent you, could you? Pay back, give back the money that I lent you or I gave you. He gave me a check, so I'm off to the bank to pay the money in to my account, as we can see here, pay in to an account. He paid out a huge amount of money when he divorced his wife. He paid out. He gave her a big amount of money. He paid her out. My mortgage is so big it'll take me 30 years to pay off, to cancel the debt that I have with the bank, to pay off. Jenny was bullied at school, so she's thinking of ways to pay the bullies back, pay back, take revenge. John says he wants his money, so you'd better pay up, pay the money up, give the money back again, okay? And it said he got the permits because he paid off, bribed, gave money to, illegally, the local councillors, okay? So those are how we use the phrasal verbs with the verb to pay. Now, thank you very much for watching the lesson. Question or comments, leave them in the section below. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Share it on social media, whichever social media you use. I'll see you in the next English lesson. Have a good day. Bye.